back, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's not just relevant, but absolutely crucial in our ever-evolving global landscape. U.S.-China relations and the economic shifts that are reshaping the world. It's fascinating to think about how the dynamics between these two superpowers have changed over the years. Just imagine, back in 2017, when Trump first took office, the relationship was already complex. But now, as we look towards 2025, it's like we're entering a whole new chapter.
Wow, that's a big shift. So, what exactly has changed since then? I remember hearing about the trade wars and stuff, but it sounds like there's a lot more going on, right?
Absolutely. So one of the major changes is the economic landscape in China. Back in 2021, China held over 18% of the global economy, but now it's down to around 16%. That's a significant drop. It's like watching a balloon slowly deflate, right? The collapse of their property sector and the COVID-related restrictions have really put a damper on their economic activity.
That's interesting. So it's not just about the trade wars then. How does a country like China, which is so big, get affected by something like a property sector collapse?
Great question. Think of it this way. The property sector in China is like the backbone of their economy. When it's thriving, it supports a whole ecosystem: construction jobs, materials, and even consumer spending. But when it collapses, it's like pulling a thread from a sweater. The whole thing starts to unravel. And with COVID restrictions, domestic demand just isn't enough to absorb all the production they have.
Oh wow, that's a wild analogy. So if they're relying on exports, what does that mean for their relationship with the US? Are we like their biggest customer or something?
Exactly. The US is one of China's largest trading partners. So, when you have rising trade imbalances and falling domestic prices, it creates a lot of tension. It's like a seesaw. If one side is too heavy, it can tip over. Wang Yi, China's foreign minister, has emphasized the need for a mutually beneficial partnership to overcome these obstacles.
Is he saying that they want to work together? But I thought there was a lot of tension.
Yes, there is tension, but there's also a recognition that cooperation is essential. Wang Yi mentioned that significant progress can be made through collaboration despite the challenges. It's like trying to navigate a stormy sea. You can either fight the waves or work together to steer the ship to safety.
Right. And I guess with all the tariff threats and stuff, it must be a bit chaotic at the ports, huh?
Exactly. U.S. ports are bracing for potential disruptions. For instance, the Port of Los Angeles saw a 16% increase in cargo volume year-on-year in November. That's largely due to geopolitical factors and a strong economy. It's like a game of chess. Every move counts, and the stakes are high.
Wow, that's a lot to unpack. So, do you think this ongoing dialogue between the U.S. and China will actually lead to any real change?
Well, it's hard to say. The recent meetings between Chinese and U.S. financial and economic working groups suggest that there's a willingness to talk, which is a good sign. But as always, actions speak louder than words. It's like trying to mend a broken relationship. It takes time, trust, and a lot of effort.
I can see that. It's like when you have a friend you've had a falling out with and you both want to make it work, but it's not easy, right?
Exactly. It's all about finding common ground and working through the issues. So, as we look ahead to 2025, it'll be fascinating to see how this relationship evolves. Will they find a way to collaborate, or will the tensions continue to rise? Only time will tell.
I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. It's like waiting for the next season of a really intense show, right? Laughs.